Today on 7th Circle Gaming, we are once again suspending the rules of the channel, or making an exception to those rules if you prefer, to analyze a demonstration version of a game. Now, the reason that we're doing this is going to become pretty obvious, we think, as soon as you see the gameplay footage. As with the last time that we made an exception to the rules, there will be no scores applied to any of the categories. However, we will be starting out the video as we always do here with full disclosure, and you are always welcome to pause the video and read through all of this if that is your preference. If not, just let the video run. We're jumping right into the action with the gameplay footage today, and you're about to see exactly why we've chosen to analyze this particular demo. Now that we've seen what could arguably be described as the game's unique selling point, we're going to move on and talk about the world of Tonin itself. From what we can see here, the game is presented in a third-person perspective. Despite the game's art style being fairly cartoonish, there's nothing about the game world that stands out to the player as unrelatable. The game setting also is very middle of the road, never leaning overly fantastical nor overly realistic. Where possible, the game restricts the user interface to the edges of the screen, leaving the majority of the play space free to render the in-game world. Starting off at the lower left-hand corner of the screen, that circular icon is the special energy bar. Energy accumulated in that bar is used to complete special attacks, like we saw at the start of this clip. The red bar next to that is the character health indicator. At the bottom center of the screen we have a white bar, and when that is filled up, the player can execute one of those slow time attacks that we saw in the previous clip. At the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is the inventory indicator, which includes not only our healing items, but also our in-game currency. That in-game currency can be spent either at merchants to acquire items, or as we're seeing here, it can be used to purchase points in different attributes. That's all from us for the moment, so we'll let you watch the rest of this gameplay footage in silence. Right along then, based on all of our evaluation sessions, the game seems to rely primarily on presentation, combat, and to a lesser extent agency to create immersion. This is the in-game menu, and that's all we have to say about that for the moment. And on the subject of difficulty, the high points that we want to touch on here are first, that the user interface is uncluttered, and that the controls, the default controls that is, can be learned with time and effort. Subject of lasting appeal, we don't have anything additional to add, only to reiterate that this is a demonstration version of a game, and everything is subject to change. Regardless of the fact that we don't assign scores to demos, let's talk about the overall score. Now, these are all going to be highly subjective, so please have your salt handy. In its present state, the game does have a number of issues that you've read about or seen earlier. However, the reason that we've chosen to analyze it here is that were it not for one other game, Tonin has a unique selling point, and that unique selling point is the combat. And on that final highly subjective note, congratulations to everyone who watched all the way to the end of the video. You've heard our evaluation, now it's your turn. Do you agree or disagree with anything that we've said in the video? Is there a game that you would very much like to see analyzed on the channel? Let us know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, go ahead and do give it a like. To see more as objective as possible analysis like this, click the subscribe button. Until the next video, from 7th Circle Gaming, goodbye.